Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day, I think 26, but we'll see. Time is a construct, right? We are going to get right to it today. I'm joined on my mat with the awesome Sam dog. Z was over here, but he's sitting on the couch behind the scenes. Start with just some nice inhales and exhales, kind of waking up our neck and shoulders. I'm actually going to clasp my hands kind of behind my back. And just roll my neck from side to side. Ooh, maybe even around to the front. Change direction. Just kind of getting that warmed up. I'm going to be at a very wide angle stance today, starting off, and making sure that my knee is traveling over the center line of my feet. I'm just kind of leaning from one side and then to the other, just waking up my lower body. You could even start, it probably feels super weird, probably looks even weirder, but we can start leaning and bending and just experimenting with moving around a little bit, pairing that movement with our breath. We can put our hands on the tops of our thighs as we lean over. We can actually start to bend our knees down into a squat. And then find a moment of stillness here. Now, I'm very far leaned forward. There's some folks that I've seen who can do this, like being like perfectly straight back. I'm going to start just leaning forward, having my hands not on my knee joint, but on my femur right above that. And then we can actually lean into one shoulder, lean into the other shoulder, coming down deep, 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 deep into that squat, feeling those inner thighs. Then we can actually fold over, straightening my toes up so that they are parallel to the head and foot of my mat. Setting my hands either on the ground or on some blocks, just wherever feels accessible today. And we want to have our back nice and straight, but we can bend our knees and round it, almost like we're in like a cat-cow. Just to get a feeling and awareness of our spine before straightening those legs back out. And I do like to tilt my hips kind of one way to really feel into the inner thigh of one leg, and then tilting the other way. From here, we can bend from one side to the other, or we can let our head hang. And coming back up, I'm actually going to rotate. For me, it's my right foot. You could do whatever foot you like. And come into a high runner's lunge. And then, coming up into warrior one. Before coming back down, kind of walking my fingertips over to the other side. Hey, Sam dog. Hey, Sam doggy. Scooching our foot over for as far as the dog will allow. And then coming up into our warrior one on the other side. Taking some nice deep breaths. And there we go, and release it and come back around now to the center, back into that forward fold. That wide-legged forward fold. And see now if you can come down. Maybe you're feeling tighter, maybe you're feeling looser, maybe you're feeling more deeply into that stretch. And from here, we can actually step our feet in just a little bit more and come down into garland pose. Now from here, just to address any imbalances, I am just shifting from one hip or from one foot to the other, shifting my weight over. Bring our heels and our toes in a little closer before growing up through the top of our heads, radiating through our open chests, and bringing either our fingertips or our palms together. Again, trying to address any imbalances if I'm feeling that one ankle's tighter than another. Placing my hands back down to the ground, pushing up into another forward fold. We're going to bend our knees and roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Bring those hands overhead. And now let's just move with our breath a little, just like the tides against the beach or the cliffside, or I don't know, we can all kind of visualize something a little different. It might be, for me, I really like the waves against the stony beach at Stockton Lake here in Missouri. It's beautiful. Such a deep blue water with the sailboats on it. It's always windy, which is lovely. For you, it might be huge waves coming in, smashing against the cliffside. Or the long, slow breaths of the ocean on a sandy beach. I have my hands clasped behind my back, just trying to get comfortable with that position. I have very tight shoulders, kind of across my chest, like the front and back side of my upper body actually is just like so tight all of the time. So to work with that, we're going to bring our hands toward the sky, and I'm actually bending my right arm, grabbing onto my right elbow with my left hand. I'm just going to open up and try to get into my tricep and my shoulder, and we can tuck our pelvis and make sure that we're not like getting weird in our lower body. I'm going to spend a few breaths here. Before easing out of it, I don't want to just pop, like release out of that stretch. Inhaling, exhaling back up. We're going to bend our left arm now and grab onto our left elbow. And you might find you're tighter on one side than on the other, and that's okay. Again, tucking that pelvis, and just reaching our left hand down our back. And I'm trying to engage my muscles that even if I did let go, I'm still like trying to reach. I'm just getting a little deeper with the assistance of my right arm. And you can kind of wave side to side or do however you like while you're in that position. And I'm also going to try clasping my hands. Typically I clasp like this with like my left thumb on top. So sometimes I like to mix it up and do my right thumb on top. It feels super weird, I'm just gonna say. And then scooching my knuckles down the bum to try to get deeper into that shoulder stretch. And then as I hold my hands here, sometimes like because I'm in my current physical form, I can't really lift like that. And so instead of trying to get the lift through my arms, I can lift and engage through my chest and deepen the stretch. And so I try to really open through my rib cage and pressing up with my diaphragm. Just, you can always create space, if not from pulling from one side, then pulling from the other. And also don't forget to maybe find some peace in this movement as well through moving your neck and shoulders around, checking in and making sure that you have ease of breath. From here, we can kind of slowly let go of our hands. Oh, I'm almost more stiff after stretching. What the heck? So from here, let's just do some arm waves. Like, let our arms know, all those muscles and nerves know that it's okay to have done what we just did. It doesn't need to lock up. It doesn't need to freak out. So we're just going to do some arm circles, great big from below to the front. And you could either lead with your pinkies, so I have my palms facing outward, leaning, coming around, or you could lead with your first finger. Then we're going to need to make that transition at some point, I guess, and then we can go the other way. And then we're going to end with our hands up and lean back. You could feel very free to have your hand, one of your hands against a chair or a wall or something stable and sturdy. And we do want to keep our pelvis tucked here because we don't want to be disengaging. And tucking our pelvis often engages our lower abs, which then in turn kind of gets all the rest of our abs waking up. So you come up, leading with our chest, coming back. Striving to find the edge where we have comfort and ease of breath. And coming up, and now swan diving, leading with our collarbones into forward fold. And then from here, bending our knees, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, rolling our shoulders up, down, and back. And that is day, I think, 26. So thank you guys so much again for joining me here on the mat today. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. And until next time, keep on keeping on. Bye.